So he was actually trying to slide for Von the whole time. I knew it. But like, on a serious note, does this surprise anyone? There's very rare people in the rap industry that I kind of take serious when they're talking about sliding on ops or running down somebody's block, whatever. And Lil Durk is in that conversation for me. I believe that he really is like that when it comes to that certain thing, and especially, obviously, as we know, with the whole beef between Quando Rondo and, the whole, I guess, Chicago side of King Von and Lil Durk's association and affiliation. They were 100% standing on business about that, especially because it ultimately ended in someone's life being taken, aka King Von. And obviously we all know how tight those guys were. But for those who don't understand the relationship, they weren't just friends, they weren't just homies. I truly believe in each other's eyes, they looked at each other as brothers, a part of each other's family. Both men were from Chicago and were incredibly important to Chicago's drill scene. Their relationship was built on mutual respect and support, with Lil Durk mentoring King Von on how exactly this music stuff goes. They collaborated on several songs. Sadly, that would all end when King Von was murdered in November 2020, which I'm sure affected Lil Durk professionally and personally. In any music video or in his music or interviews, he's always paying tribute to King Von. You can clearly tell their relationship was something special and very important to both men. And he made a whole song talking about he was going to slide for Von at some point. Like it doesn't surprise me. But yeah, if you guys have no idea what I'm talking about, welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm just informing you on some news. Apparently, Chicago's own Lil Durk was arrested last night. And not just Lil Durk, several members of his Chicago-based OTF crew was charged Thursday with the slaying of rapper Quando Rondo's cousin. Durk was taken into custody by U.S. Marshals, the big boys, and booked into the Broward County Jail on Thursday night. Authorities have yet to release the details on their arrest. Durk's lawyers, Brian Bieber and Alec Ubeda, confirmed the hip-hop star was busted by the marshals, adding that he will have his first appearance in court Friday in federal court in Miami. The feds busted 5 OTF members in connection to the August 2022 shooting in Los Angeles that killed Quando Rondo's cousin. All have been charged in a federal indictment with conspiracy to commit murder for hire. The feds are saying the crime was committed in retaliation for rappers King Von's death in Atlanta 4 years ago. In case some of you guys forgot, obviously OTF didn't, but you may recall in November 2020, King Von was fatally shot by Quando's associate Lil Tim during an altercation, basically because Quando Rondo and his camp didn't want to fight the fair ones, so they shot and killed King Von in their altercation, which, right or not, whatever, person died in that situation. But Tim was initially charged with the murder, but the case was later dismissed. The story is still developing. I mean, it's kind of crazy, Lil Durk, this is a real murder with real consequences. Lil Durk has been arrested before. I don't really know if he gets out of this one. I'm not sure. It seems like a lot of evidence is here. The only thing that I would say is saving Durk a little bit, maybe, because there were 5, besides himself, 4 other guys involved, and maybe one will take the rap for the shooting. That's typically how these things go. You get arrested with a lot of guys, and typically when you're from the hood or you don't come from much, you typically have a guy that will take the fall for you, whether it's a gun charge. Murder's kind of crazy, but still a charge. Everybody knows that Lil Durk is the guy of this collective. He makes the money. He makes majority, if not all the money. So if Lil Durk isn't free, the money that OTF has been making, what their families have been making, it's none of that anymore. So they need Lil Durk free so he can make the bread. And Lil Durk being the spirit, being basically the boss of this entire corporation, essentially, they need him free so all the bills can get paid, essentially. So maybe one of these guys will take the rap for the murder and Lil Durk can go free. If they're not trying to claim a RICO investigation into OTF, because as we see recently with Young Thug's court case, is that once RICOs get involved, either you're in court forever, which you might die going to court because we keep seeing Lil Durk. I mean, we keep seeing Young Thug go back and forth to court, which seemingly is doing nothing for the case, positive or negative. Or you actually get sentenced to like 2,000 years or something. So if this is simply, and I don't want to say simply like it didn't matter, but if this is just about the murder of Quando Rondo's cousin in 2022, then one of these guys can probably take the rap, unless they have a significant amount of evidence on Lil Durk. We don't know. We're all speculating at this point. Like I said, the case is still ongoing. We don't really know what they have essentially in terms of evidence. Yeah, I don't really have too much more to say about this. I think it's insane that two of the biggest artists from each of their collective in this beef are both in prison facing serious charges. So I don't know, this gang aspect in rap culture has always been there, and it's probably never going anywhere, despite what people say. But yeah, it's kind of just a sad story, and it's sad how this beef kind of ended. Hopefully it ends with this, but yeah, it ended with two of the biggest guys from that time and from each group kind of just potentially may rot in prison. I don't know how I feel about that, but you guys let me know in the comment section below. If you're new to the channel, sub up, like the video. If you like the video, I'll see you whenever I upload next. Keep staying curious.